here, so. Congratulations on this. And Michelle, I just have to know how you kept your own with all the testosterone on that set.
I'm used to it, you know. I grew up surrounded by boys, and I guess, you know, even in my little 10-year stint of a career, I'm always surrounded by the alpha males, so I'm at home there.
You can hold your own, no problem.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
How essential for you was the boot camp experience leading into this movie?
That is gnarly, and you know what? We needed it because 4 months of running around in 110-degree Louisiana weather with 30 pounds of gear on and literally doing take after take after take, sometimes passing your lunches and eating your lunches in the middle of this damn set and losing, you know, half your body weight in water every day from the large amounts of sweat that you undergo. It was pretty, you know, important for us to train and to run 2 miles a day and do the sit-ups and do the push-ups and take apart the guns and put them back together and unload magazines after magazines and infiltration sequences.
Wow.
So much fun.
And I can imagine, though, also a bonding experience with your co-stars.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
A little bit too much. I remember playing, you know, video games and, you know, getting the whiff of the boys with their protein shakes, you know. Yeah, I got too well acquainted with the boys.
But you see, but you're used to this, though. You just said you were, right?
I totally am.
Yeah.
I am. But you know, the protein shake farts are no joke. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
I could use that for the attacking.
Yeah.
What was the experience like for you? Also working with the CGI. You know, when you're in this battle mode and you're so intense, and then you got to act against nothing.
You know what's intriguing about how lucky I've been with all of these amazing flicks that I've done that have involved special effects like Avatar or Battle Los Angeles is that the sets were so realistic. I got lucky in Avatar where I was, you know, a human and I was on the base the whole time. So I'm surrounded by these massive, you know, robotic creatures. I've got, you know, my helicopter, all the green screen is in the background. Same thing with Battle Los Angeles. They basically, you know, blocked off an entire bridge, filled it with wrecked cars and wrecked tanks and exploding, you know, vehicles and put smoke all over the place. I was there, honey.
Yeah.
And with that beaming sun, you know, it's kind of hard to get out of character.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the green screen's in the background. You know, literally in the massive backdrop of everything that you're involved in. So it was so realistic that we couldn't really snap out of what we were doing.
Right, really cool. This must have been a really cool experience.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I can just imagine. Now, you shot this movie in Louisiana, and despite the heat and everything, I would think after, you know, you might have hit some restaurants. Was there anything that you really loved eating?
Po' boys. I wasn't vegetarian then, so I would eat my po' boys.
Oh, yum.
Every day I'd have a po' boy. And they're so good. They're these like sandwiches with everything in them. Onions and meat and lettuce and tomatoes and po' boys.
Is it almost lunch?
I know, I'm not getting hungry. Well, now I'm vegetarian, so I'm like, wah, wah.
Well, when there's something when you grew up, was there something that your mom made that, or, you know, or an aunt or somebody that you just, can't wait to get to the table?
Oof. Well, I'm Dominican Puerto Rican, so ethnic food, and plantains mashed with olive oil, garlic was my favorite. I'd have that with either tuna fish or codfish, and I just would die.
That sounds good.
You know, it's where the muscles came from. You know what I'm saying? Like I ate really well as a kid. You know, I'm very grateful to my cooking mother.
We were just talking about. I can't believe it's been 10 years since Girl Fight, and you were saying that you haven't had a leading role since, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is there a role or a movie or an actor who inspired you to become an actress?
The acting thing was more of a fluke than anything, I got into the business to be a writer. And I basically did extra work for about 2 years, just trying to assess what the whole situation is, how movies get made from the background, and watch the director work with the actors and see what it's all about. How do I penetrate that world? And after 2 years of doing extra work, honey, I was over that. I was like, in 10 minutes, somebody's going to tell me what I'm capable of doing in front of a camera? You don't know me. So I got kind of shunned away from it. And I was about to go to Six Flags the day of the Girl Fight audition. But a friend of mine, Tony, had gone to jail. And that's the only reason I'm here today is because he went to jail and we ended up not going to Six Flags. So I was like, doop, 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 doop. Let me go to that audition then, because it was a girl boxer. And I said, if I would ever go on any audition, it would be for that. Because I looked at the grand majority of the actresses at the time, you know, that I remember seeing on TV and in film in that age range. And I didn't think that any of them could kick ass, you know, like physical. They weren't physical actresses. Right. So I was just like, this would be awesome for me. I could do this with my hand tied behind my back. I got to prove it to these people and go on this audition.
Yeah, well, you proved it for the last 10 years,
Gnarly,
my dear.
man.
Oh.
I owe it all to Tony.
Well,
it's
yes.
all his fault for being mischievous and getting in trouble.
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, congratulations. I have to say, I think you did a great job, as you always do. I'm a big fan, and it's always great to talk to you. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you, Michelle. Thank you.
Cheers.
Take care. You know, you got me really hungry.